What's up, bros and hoes? Happy Movember. Guys, a question that I get every single day, and I love getting this question, is what is the best day trading pattern in the world to trade? Don't we all want to know? And I've got the answer for you. Drum roll. The best day trading pattern in the world is none. There is no best day trading pattern in the world. So what are great patterns? What makes them? And how do you know which one is the best? It's totally dependent on you. So what does that exactly mean? So if you look at like any trading book, so I teach 18 trading patterns in my trading boot camp. Which ones are the best? It all depends on how you personally trade a pattern. So for example, rubber band shorts. Rubber band shorts are a day trading pattern where you're shorting like a really extended stock. So think of a stock like SES. This stock goes from $2 to $26 in a handful of days, and then it comes crashing down. At first look, it looks really easy, right? Like, yeah, if it went from 2 to 26, of course it's got to come crashing down. So it's a highly effective pattern. There are traders that make a living shorting parabolic stocks. I've got two students of mine, one Mr. Jeff Baum, who is awesome at this type of trade. It's the only trade he does. But for me, when I try that kind of trade, my win ratio is like 25% on it. Why? I'm a momentum trader and I love trading trends. So usually when I see a stock running like that, my brain just doesn't take it in. Like, I'm not a counter trend person. So I have a very low win ratio on this type of trade. You put two stocks in front of a person, in front of two different people, they're both gonna look at it in a different way. One person is gonna say, wow, that's a beautiful trend. And another person is gonna say, wow, that stock looks extended. Their brains are wired in a different way, so they trade them in different ways. A big part of trading is about your personality, whether you have time for a certain style of trading, but also just like what do your eyes see, right? Some people love big butts and some people don't like big butts. I like both, all kinds of butts. So that's why I trade a lot of different patterns. We're all a little bit different, and you've got to know what patterns you do. So what ends up being the best day trading pattern? I use TraderView for my journaling. If you go on TraderView and I tag all my trades, you'll start to see win percentages. Yay, I have 72% win percentage on ORB shorts, but on ORB longs, I have like a 55%. So right off the bat, what's best for me is shorting that particular pattern versus longing it. Now, some people may see the opposite. So you've got to track data. Data is the advantage that as retail traders you can use right now to corral and supercharge your results. Once you have the data of what you do good and what you do bad, now all of a sudden you know where to put in your effort. If you've got 4 patterns you trade, one of them has a 74% win ratio, the other one has a 65, the other one has a 35, the other one has a 22, where do you want to focus your effort? At the top 2. So what you do is you start to develop scans. I use TC2000 and Trade Ideas for my scanning. You can use FinViz also. Some people like Thinkorswim, but I think those two are really the best. You develop scans so you find more of those opportunities. You cut out all the junk. Don't even worry about getting good at the stuff you're bad at. If you've got a couple patterns that you're really good at, develop technology to find more of them. Trade more of them, and all of a sudden, you can supercharge your results. There's a second part to this question though, because it's a loaded question. What's the best? The second part of this is, in different markets, different patterns work the best. So like right now in our chat room, I am slaughtering ORB shorts. And ORB short is a pattern based on bad news in a stock. For example, last week Team, it had terrible earnings out. And supposedly, right? I don't read them, but it had a big gap down. Once that gap down happened and it showed me in my ORB pattern, I took a short on it around 117 and it ended up dropping $4 or $5 within 30 minutes. That pattern right now has been my bread and butter. But 6 months ago, when the market was hot, especially towards the beginning of the year, that pattern wasn't working at all. The market was just so hot that even bad news or bad earnings or gap downs were getting digested and they were flipping long. So the data is important because it's going to tell you when there's a shift, when you can use these patterns. That pattern wasn't working for me in the beginning of the year, and now I'm crushing it on this very specific pattern. So I've got to keep track of data and do my journal every night so that I can catch those shifts, and then I know where to focus my efforts. So guys, when you think about the best pattern, think about what the best pattern is for you, then back it up with hard data, real stats, so that you know for sure it's really true, and then develop scans and use technology so that you can find more of those opportunities. Right now, with all these tools at your belt, TC2000, Trade Ideas, Thinkorswim, FinViz, StockFetcher, there's so many of these scanning platforms out. There's no reason that you can't isolate what you're good at and then find tons of opportunity every single day. So to sum it up, the best pattern is whatever makes you money. Guys, as always, if you like this video, smash that like button, and please leave me a comment. Leave me a question. If you want to email me, kunal@bullson.ws. I look forward to chatting with you guys and look forward to the next video.